What is going on, Longnecks? In today's video we're going to be going over how to create the overlay you see around my screen right now. This is the overlay used by MSF Clix. He is a professional Fortnite player. A lot of you probably know about him. And I've made two versions of his overlay. This basic version right here, which is very simple to make, and then this version right here that is way more advanced to make, takes more time, and is a lot more accurate to his actual overlay. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is go into the description of this video right now and click on the link that says Pix Pixlr Template. That's going to be what we're going to be using in order to create this overlay around you. Alright, after you have downloaded that, you're going to want to go to the website that I'm on right now. I will put the link down in the description to this website as well. It is pixlr.com/x/. And so when you do this, on your left side, right next to me, my face cam, what you're going to see is this blue button that says Open Image. You're going to want to click that and then locate your image, your project file that I have put in the description. You're going to open up that image and then it'll put you into the project. Alright, so the first one that we're going to be going over is the basic overlay that I showed first in the intro. So for this one, all you're going to want to do, you're going to need to export 3 different files. You're going to want to take the text file, which is at the very top. You're going to want to export that by itself. So you want to hide all the other ones by unchecking them. And also you can edit the text right here by clicking on the layer, then hitting the text, and then you can edit it here. But my gamer tag or YouTube is gaming potato, so I just put it as potato. So then you're going to want to export this by just hitting save and then naming it like Clix overlay text or something like that. And I've already done all this, so I'm just showing you what you're supposed to do. So next what you're going to do is find just this with all the red outlines and everything. You're going to want to export this as well just by hitting save and then maybe making it like overlay inside or whatever, naming it that. And then you're going to want to find this black border that I made. And it doesn't matter that this is messed up right here down at the bottom, but you're going to want to export this by itself as well in order to create this first overlay. So now what you're going to want to do is head over to fxhome.com/hitfilm-express, and you're going to want to download Hitfilm Express, then drag this little smiley face all the way to the left, and then you can download, create your own profile, and you have to create an account, and then you can just download it when they send it to your email. So let's get right into Hitfilm right now. So now that we're in Hitfilm, what you want to do is just hit new, top left, then create it in 1080, and then change this to 60 FPS, and then hit OK. Also, a quick disclaimer, all I'm doing right now is showing you how to make the basic one, and then after I finish showing the entire basic one, I'll go back to Pixlr and show you all the stuff you need to export from there, and I will leave a time code in the description to where you need to skip to if you want to just do the advanced one. So let's get right into the basic one. So the first thing you want to do is you want to locate your files, probably from your Google Chrome, and you can drag them in to your project. So once you find those, drag them in, then you want to hit new right here on this left side, then composite shot, then you can name it, I'm going to name mine overlay 1 because I'm going to be making 2 different overlays. Then what you want to do is you want to drag this in, then put this, and then put this. So now also you want to hit this and then checkerboard background so you can see just the background, that it's transparent. I got a little bit ahead of myself. The other thing you're going to want to do is also, there's another file that you will find that you need to open up that is called the Clix overlay dial, or at least that's what it should be called. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to export this and save this into your computer and then put it back into your Hitfilm. So go ahead and do that right now. So now it's in here, all you have to do is drag this on top of everything. Then what you want to do is go here to transform, change the opacity of this to 50, change the scale to 174, and then just leave it like this. Then what you want to do is go over to your effects tab, find the search for set matte, and drag that on here. Then you need to hit the down arrow for set matte, change the source layer to your trial or whatever you called it, and then it'll be like that. And then you can change it to either saturation, which I leave it on so the red is still pretty bright, and also you can adjust all the colors of this, and I will show you how to adjust all the colors after. So we can close out this layer or the effects, and then you want to make a keyframe for rotation, and then go a decent amount, and then make this 1. So then look, it'll spin around like that. You can make it slower or faster depending on how much you want, and then you can just drag this to make it slower, or actually this is faster, and then drag it out to make it slower. So I'm gonna leave it about right here. I'm gonna leave it at like 5 seconds long total. And then this is basically all you have to do for the basic version. Like I said, very easy, very simple, nothing really complicated about it. But now just take the slice tool and then find the last frame where this moved, and then just slice all of your layers off, and then delete the excess. So now what you should probably do is, if you don't want to have a massive file and lag up your thing, just create a new green plane and drag it all the way at the bottom, so you can chroma key this when you go into OBS. So it looks like that when it's finished, the basic version. And then it will loop in OBS, but it's not gonna loop in here. So if you want to change the colors of this, you can go back to your editor, drag your overlay into here, and then you can go to your effects tab and then look for, just search hue. So what you want to do is you want to go to hue, saturation, and lightness. So then you want to go into the red tab, because right now we have it red, and you can change the color from there. So like right here, this is going to be green, but then if you change the color to green, you're going to have to change the background to something else. But you can change it to whatever color you want. Like look, you can have it at blue and it'll look like that. You can change it to all these different colors. You can change it to like purple and then a lighter blue, whatever you want. You can adjust that. I'm gonna leave that at 0, and then we're gonna go back. You can just delete this if you don't want to change it, and then you can go back to overlay. Then you want to hit this arrow right here, add to queue, contents. Then change the name to like Clix overlay basic. Change it to basic 1 because I already have a basic because I tested this. Then just save and then hit start exporting. Alright, now we're back here into OBS, and in order to get this in here you have to hit the add media source and name it like Clix basic, whatever you want to name it, it's your choice. Then browse for your file, hit loop of course, and then you can adjust the speed here, whatever you want to do. Just hit OK, then you can see it right here. You want to right click on it, do filters, then hit the add chroma key, OK, close it, and then look, this is how your overlay will look. It looks very nice, although this is the basic version like I said. So now I'm going to show you how to create the advanced version of this and all the stuff you have to do. Alright, so you want to start off with the same exact step. Open up the project file that I have in the description, and then also open up the dial one as well. But first, let's start off with the main. Alright, so now that we're in the project file, what you're going to want to do is export every single one of these by themselves. So first you can start off with this outside one, go to save, then maybe name it like Clix outside, Clix overlay outside, then you got to download it like that. Then you want to do this one, which is the top by itself, this one 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 by itself, and finally that one by itself. But you can also edit the text right here by going to this and then changing the text. So you can just change that like that, and you want to export all of these just by making them visible by themselves by checking them like this and unchecking all of the rest. And then you want to open up the dial file. So once you got the dial open, what you want to do is you just hit save and then name it like Clix overlay dial or something like that, and then we can head back into Hitfilm and pick up. Alright, now that we are back into Hitfilm, all we have to do is go back into our files and locate all of those images that we have created. Alright, so now that we have all of these in here, what you want to do is go to new, then hit composite shot, and then name it overlay advanced, or whatever you want to name it. Then make sure it's 1080p at 60 FPS and hit OK. Alright, so this one is more advanced, like I said, and what we're going to do is we are going to drag all of these files in. So we got the outside, we got the text, we got the dial. We'll put the dial at the bottom, the top of text, top half, the top, the sidebars, the bottom text, the bottom half, and then that's the entire thing. Alright, I got the right file in here now, and for this one it's going to be a bit different because what we're going to do is we are going to split this basically into two parts. So we're gonna have to want the dial here twice, and then also have the top here twice as well. So we're gonna start off with the top and the dial first. So I guess we'll color these whatever we want. You don't have to color them. I'm just gonna color this because this is separate from all the rest of it. So what you're gonna want to do is go over to the dial, and then you want to change the opacity to 50. The scale to, oh wait, you want to unlink this, change it to 0, and then keep the rotation you want the rotation to be 180 degrees. So then you want to undo this, and then go to effects, search for set matte just like we did in the basic if you're watching that one as well. Drag that over onto the dial, down arrow, set the source to the top one, this one right here, number 2 on the list. Then you want to change it to saturation, and then undo this. Then we want to put a a keyframe right here on scale, and go like a couple seconds later. We can adjust all this when we need to later on, and then change this to 100%. Oh, 100%. I put it to 10%. 100%. So that it will go like that at the beginning. Then we can close this out and these two out. Then this next part is going to be what's going to be more complicated. So you would think we'd have to do both the left side and the right side in this same project, but actually it's a bit more complicated than that. Alright, so now what we want to locate is the other top that we found, or that we put in here. So here's this next top. Let's make that whatever color that is. Then we need to drag the dial up on top of that, and then drag both of these all the way to the top right below this. Now what we want to do is you want to down arrow on the dial, transform, opacity 50 just like the other one, scale 174 on that one. But now we want to change the anchor point to 16 and then 10 to make it so it's right on the point of that triangle. Then change the rotation to 180 yet again, so add it's like this. Actually, we want to go back on this one and also change the anchor point to 16 and 10. That is my bad. So then it goes and it expands right where that triangle is. So right here on the last frame, you want to change, put a blue circle there, change the opacity to 0, go to the next frame, change the opacity to 50. So that way it will only appear when that finishes expanding. And then what you want to do is find that last frame again. So right here is where that last frame was. And then you want to change the rotation, put a rotation keyframe there, and then go a little bit and change the rotation to right about there where it's not showing on this red line anymore. So then we're going to go over here and put the set matte on this one as well, but change it to the top, the one that's in number 4. And then we got to change it to matte source of saturation. Alright, in order to make this work, you want to go to that last keyframe again, where this makes an animation, and then you want to drag the end of these both to here, so that you can actually see the animation that occurs for this one. So that it's going to expand itself, and then it's going to move to this side there. And you can even make it move faster if you want, but you probably want it to go at the same speed that that other one is expanding. So next what you want to do is go find your top half one, and we're just gonna focus on the right side for now, and we'll do the left side on another composition. So this is my top right here. We'll make it that color, and then we need to drag the dial on that again and put it at that color. So we want to do the normal, change it to, we don't have to change the anchor point this time, that was only for the first two. So just go back to 50, 174, and then find that last frame where it moved. Go a couple frames after that. You want to make sure the rotation is over here right before that top half section starts. Then we can go ahead and put the set matte on there already. I was gonna wait, but we can go ahead and put that. Make sure you put it on the top half one and change it to saturation, so the red isn't so dimmed. And then you want to find that last frame where it's moving like that, and when it disappears, go a little bit after that, put a rotation keyframe, then go a little bit later and rotate it until it disappears on that bottom right side. So then it'll look like this. What just happened there? Something glitched. So then it'll go through like that. That is way too fast. We can adjust that easily. So it'll go like that, and then it'll move down until that disappears. So basically all we have to do is just continue doing this until we get down to the bottom. So I'm assuming I've explained enough what I need to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done just for the right side. Alright, for this one, for both the bottom little text area that goes like this and then the top one that goes overwards, we're going to be both doing it in this one, so we don't have to switch between left and right. So we're going to start with that right now. So what you're going to do is drag that in like you did, and then just go straight to trial dial, or that's what I named it, because I was just testing out, see how I could do it, see if it would work. Let's do like a sapphire blue or something like that. Change the transform opacity 50, of course. Scale 174, same thing, like always. And then you want to change the effects set matte, and then put it on that top text. And actually for this one, we want the size to be 500 as the size to make it a bit bigger. So you want to go down to where it disappears, then the next couple frames, hit a rotation key, make it so it's not there anymore, and then go a little bit later, and then make it disappear completely. So then we can do the same on the same exact time for the other one. Same exact thing, except for we're going to be changing the rotation. So again, 50, scale 500 this time. And then we'll just change the rotation right now to it'd be over here. And then we want to put a set mat on that, of course, right there on the dial. Change this now to the bottom text. Oh yeah, remember to put saturation. I forgot to do that on the other one. Let me do that real quick. Alright, good. So now we want to find that first frame that you see, this one up here. Put a keyframe there. And then go to where it disappears. And then make this one disappear as well. So then they will both go at the same time, meet up at the center, and then continue on and disappear. So then it'll look like this, completely done on the right side. Now we need to create a whole nother composition and do it on the left side as well. So it's just going to go like this and then go around and disappear. So that looks pretty nice. Let's get into the left side. Alright, to create this left side, you want to go back up here, new composite shot, and then just hit OK, but actually change this to left side. I forgot the T there. And then we can do that. And then you want to go back into your first one, find the first two layers that you did, and then you want to copy them and paste them right in here. So then you still have that left movement. But instead, we're going to want to change this keyframe right here where it starts moving. Go to that keyframe where it moves. And then you want to change it to negative 180 degrees. And then go back to where it changes. And then you'll actually be able to know when you see that little white dot on the rotation on this blue circle right here. When you see that dot there, that means you're on that keyframe. So instead you want to change it to negative 229. So instead of going to that right side, it'll go to the left side. Just like that. And then you want to do basically the same exact things you did on the right side, except for do not bother with doing the little bottom text things, and then once we get this done, we can work on the timing of everything. So what I'm trying to say is that when you put everything in here, don't worry about the timing, just get the timing like where you think it's right, and then we can go back into the main one and edit that to match up. Sorry for the mic bump. Now that you have this side done, what you want to do is go over and find your left side composition on this side and put this right below these first two layers. Then what you want to do is go over here to your masking tool and then just select all of this left side up to around where you think is the center. So once that's done, you'll be able to see it and it'll look like this. So now we just have to adjust all the timings because of course they're not perfect, although they're really close, although the right side is a bit quicker than the left side it seems. So we can just adjust all that. So this first part, let's scale this to fit so it looks better. Or what is this dial doing here, just sitting here? Let's get rid of that, we don't need that in here. Alright, that looks fine. This goes too quickly. Yeah, no, this is a bit slower, so we need to find that one. That would be the bottom half, or I guess that would be the top half. So find your top half, the trial dial right, or the dial right above your top half. So that would be right here for me. Then you want to drag it a little bit closer so that they finish at the same time. Also, this one starts a bit early, so you want to go to where that first frame it was that started, and then drag that so they both start at the same time. Now all you want to do is, this time the left side started too fast, so now we gotta make the the right side quicker. So that would be the sidebars. So look for your sidebars, or if you have everything set up fine, you'll be all good. Let's watch mine. Mine looks just fine so far. You can mess with the timing however you want, like I said. So it looks good to me. So now we want to go to that last frame where something happens, or at least the last frame where it goes away. So that'd be right here. And then you want to split all of your layers and then delete that excess. If you did the same exact thing that I did, you should end up with about, like, actually I still have one more layer to add, but you'll end up with about 18 layers. So next layer you have to add is a plane. Just add a green plane and drag that all the way to the bottom underneath all of your layers. And then you want to slice that as well where those end. And then this should be the last step of the advanced one. This was a lot harder to do than the rest of them. No idea what made this so difficult, but it was just a bit, I don't think it's that much harder. It just takes more time. So if you have the time, I would recommend you definitely do this if you can. So now what you got to do is go here, add to queue, contents, change the name to whatever you want. So I'll do Clix overlay advanced, and then put the 1 next to it. And then I'll be right back to you when I hop into OBS. Alright, now that your Hitfilm is done exporting it, what you need to do in order to add it in is the same thing that you do for all the rest. Add media source, I'll name it Clix advanced. That's not how you spell that, but I don't care. Then locate your file. Hit loop, and then just leave all the rest the same. Now all you see on your screen right now is this green background with your face cam. So what you're going to do is you're going to right click on your thing, which I don't think I showed very well in the first one because this was covering your screen. So I'll put this up in the top left right now. So you want to just you want to right click on it, do filters, then hit the add, Chroma Key, OK, and close. And this is what you end up with. I'll make this bigger so y'all can see it. And this is what you'll end up with. Whatever text you put there is what will show up. And then whatever color you want, it'll show up like that. And keep this in mind, if you're going to use the green background, do not use a green color for your overlay, otherwise it will get rid of everything. But if you want that, that might look cool. There might be a way to make that look cool, but I would not recommend it. So do some other color, like maybe like a blue or a really bright red or something. So that's all for today. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'm gonna be going over some more overlays. I have a 3-part series going on where I'm just going over basic overlays that are very simple to make, no hassle really at all, like this one. And then I'm gonna start making some more that are going over like different pros, overlays that they use, recreating them and giving y'all them templates in order to make them and whatsoever. So make sure you use code Gaming Potato in the item shop whenever you're buying any items. Thank you for enjoying the video and watching the entire thing. Peace out, long necks. Alright, actually one more thing before I go. At 500 subscribers, I am going to be releasing a montage, and I am going to give you a sneak peek of that right now.
I think I'm James Brown, because when the bitches hear this, they're going to be like, wow. Smoking gas, living fast, wearing velvet. Can you take a 4 or 5 to the pelvis? Plenty money going around, I'm not selfish. And the ladies love me, Elvis.
Alright. Thank you for watching the video. Yet again, I appreciate it, every one of you. And I will see y'all in the next one.